Beijing responds to the situation in Afghanistan following the Taliban's takeover this weekend. Chinese officials describe the militant group as more sober and rational now.
In a Thursday press conference, a spokeswoman for China's foreign ministry praised the Taliban, calling the group more sober and rational than last time it held power some 20 years ago. She described the Taliban's current practices as good, positive, and pragmatic, but didn't answer when asked whether the Chinese regime would recognize the Taliban regime or whether Beijing has been in contact with the group in recent days. But the apparent friendly gesture is going both ways. The same day, a Taliban spokesperson said China could contribute to the development of Afghanistan in the future. He made the remark during an interview with the Chinese regime's state-run TV broadcaster, CGTN. But as relations between Beijing and the Taliban warm, the U.S. is facing a more immediate concern. That is that American weapons could fall into the Chinese regime's hands. That's including gear like guns, night vision goggles, and even aircraft. For nearly 20 years, the United States has been providing Afghan forces with weapons, having sent over at least 600,000 to date. As Taliban forces seized many of the country's major cities in recent days, it collected those weapons and equipment left behind by fleeing Afghan forces. U.S. officials told Reuters that they expect the Taliban to keep and use most of those weapons themselves, but noted the arms could also be shared with rival states like China. Though one of the officials pointed out that the Chinese regime wouldn't gain much, even if the Taliban did decide to share. That's because Beijing likely has access to comparable weapons and equipment already. Besides weaponry, experts are voicing other concerns too. For one, Afghanistan's rare earth metal mines. Some suspect the Chinese regime will align itself with the Taliban in order to exploit Afghanistan's natural resources. The rare earth metals mined in the country last year are estimated to be worth up to $3 trillion. The materials are critical to much of modern industry and everyday life. They're needed to produce everything from airplanes and weapons to cell phones and laptops. China currently dominates the global rare earth market. The Chinese regime threatened to cut off supplies to the U.S. during the 2019 trade war.